YouTube, what's going on? Black Phoenix here, bringing you the YouTube video, another YouTube video. In this video, we're going to be breaking down the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playbook on offense. Probably one of the more pretty balanced sets in the game in terms of just passing and running and things of that nature. This is the playbook that Serious Mo used to win the Madden Challenge in Draft Champions. So we're going to be breaking that down. The next video is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars playbook that Skimbo used, and then we're going to be breaking down the Eagles book that Problem used after the Skimbo video. So the Buccaneers, personnel-wise, you probably want a dual threat guy, somebody that can roll out of the pocket and get you some yards with his legs, as well as throw an accurate ball. Running backs, you kind of want that receiving back, actually kind of like a Doug Martin, who can kind of run between the tackles, but also can catch the rock out of the backfield if need be. Tight end wise, you probably want a receiving tight end, and probably somebody that can actually block just a little bit here, but more so on the receiving end because of the routes that the tight end has and the way you're going to be utilizing him in your offense. Receiver wise, it really is your call. Speed, possession, however you want to do it. You probably want to still make sure they have good route running, though, regardless of what receivers you have. Good route running definitely helps in terms of this book. So let's look at the audibles real quick. So the Bucs actually don't have too bad of audibles for the most part. Singleback ace, you got your halfback slam, which isn't too bad in flanker drive. Ace pair, you're looking at the halfback dive for the most part, and tight end flood. Ace pair twins, just a slam, and the PA Bucs sales, not too bad. Inside or the doubles, you have the inside zone from Singleback. The PA fork wide corner is probably the best audible that you can have out of Singleback doubles, to be honest. So keep that in mind. Wide trips, nothing too spectacular. Bunch, verticals, that's really it. And halfback slash, nothing too good out of iPhone Pro. Twins flex is probably where it gets a little bit better with halfback blast and flanker dig, PA cross in. Tight pair, unless you're really throwing it or utilizing it in the goal line, I don't see the point of using this formation too much. Strong close, one of the more power sets in the game. Bucs zone weak, Bucs wide trail to really stretch out that cover too, and then PA deep cross. We'll be going over that formation in a second here. Weak pro, you have quick slants, halfback dive, and wide receiver in. Weak pro twins, probably one of the more underrated sets in the game. PA deep threats and PA Bucs read slants, and then the halfback inside. Pistol, halfback counters, same out of all three of them as your audible, so you can come out with strong powers if they have them in that particular set. Stick smash, twins slot, you got the four verts, and then trips, you also have the PA counter waggle and verticals play as well. Gun doubles, you don't have an inside zone, but you have a halfback all tackle and PA dagger. Wide trips weak is where you get your inside zone from, and four verts and PA flood. Trio buck, smash seam, and stick wide nod is not the best audible to call from here. PA deep attack is probably where you want to go as far as audibles are concerned. Bunch weak, verticals, PA post, so kind of standard stuff. Tight flex, probably one of the better tight flex audibles in the game. Wide receiver cross, halfback option, PA slot options. Tons of way to be man, tons of ways to be zone. Depends on how you want to attack the defense. Gun spread, curl flats, deep attacks, PA comebacks, and Bucs trips. You have the draw, four verts, and PA wide receiver in. The empty buck or the Eagle H tight formations that a lot of people are seeming to run more nowadays. They actually don't have bad audibles whatsoever. And then empty tray, you have curl, Bucs curls, goals wide shake, Bucs smash, and then five receiver trio, you have PHS sweep and stick. So let's get into the breakdown itself. Let's start off with Singleback ace. And one thing that I like out of this particular formation is come out in outside zone, and since the Singleback ace, you can actually flip the run and nobody moves. So I'll flip it. And then if you feel like you could take it inside, you go all the halfback slam. So in this particular instance, I don't feel like I can take it outside, so I'm going to audible to the halfback slam, which I do here, and run it inside for a good amount of yards here. And as you see, we get, 5 yards there, which actually is not bad at all. Yeah, so in this particular instance, I still feel like I can run it inside here, so we're actually going to still do that. Now, even though that linebacker or safety comes in free somehow, some way, I still feel confident in the decision to make that. Now, this particular instance, I feel like I can bounce it outside here, so I'm going to do just that. Doug Martin takes it and gets really good yards here. So it really just depends on how you want to see it. So this time I know they're going to send a corner blitz, so we're actually going to flip the run. So it goes to the other side, and then we're going to cut it inside, maybe do a double juke, get some pretty good yards here, and get a huge gain of yards. So that's probably the first thing that will come out in maybe every single play. This time they're coming to bring the safety down. So I feel like maybe we could take that inside a little bit, get some blocking, maybe the safeties kind of overshoot it, and we actually get 5 yards out of that. So if I was running this book out, or that's kind of like the play I would start off in. Once again, you're going to call outside zone. If you see the opportunity to run outside, you call it. You see the chance to run inside, you go to halfback slam. If you want to pass it, you probably want to go flanker drive or PA rollout. So this time, once again, I want to take it outside. Doug Martin does a really good job getting some yards, and we only get, again, I believe, a 4 on that one. Once again, and just kind of just reiterating my point here. Get a good pancake block by 74, and then we get good yards on that. So that's the single back ace and how I would run it. If I was in this playbook, ace pair, there's really not much you can do from here, and to be honest. I mean, you have a dig shot here, PA post type of play, but it's not nearly as good. Just because you don't have as many routes to distract the defense as you would from any kind of other formation there. Excuse me. Ace pair twins. PA Bucs sail slot cross is another good one. You kind of have a speed out by the tight end on there. And also the PA Bucs sail, which is actually isn't bad if you know how to utilize your route combos on that. Single back doubles. As you mentioned before, if I can find this play, your audible here is PA fork wide corner. You can do a lot of things from this formation. You can move the running back out to the right or to the left, put them on a flat, and then that way you kind of have a little bit of a sail concept on one side, or maybe a flood concept on the other side. It depends on what you want to do, how you want to. If you run a stock, I mean, like in that particular instance, the Jacksonville Jaguars actually blitzed and brought a lot of heat in. This time we're in James Winston sells it, but we were supposed to hit Safarian Jenkins on that, which he actually did get good separation on it. So once again, play action. And that defender actually played it this time, which I'm surprised. But as I was mentioning with the running back, you can actually motion them left or right if you put them on a different route. So here, we put him on the right side. We know it's man-to-man coverage because that guy moved outside. We have a one-on-one shot. Safarian Jenkins, who I was trying to throw to, but James Winston doesn't have the accuracy to get over there. This time it's kind of a cover 0 type of look. So if I notice that it's going to be a cover 0 type of look, you can pretty much put him on a drag. And James Winston is just not doing anything. Yo, come on, James. Let's try this again. So this time it's a cover 3 look. So in this particular instance, we should be able to beat the zone here. Thank you. He actually throws the right pass. I don't know how Safarian Jenkins gets popped back up on that. You know, we're trying to go straight to the ground. Once again, the same thing applies to the left side of the field. All you gotta do is just put your running back on a different route. So in this particular instance, I put him on an option route, which translates into a flat on whenever you motion them out. So in this instance, that was kind of weird. I don't know what happened on that particular route by Murphy there. Let me see what happened on that. So we snapped the ball, and initially you could probably throw that ball, but like I said, but he like stops. Like the zone here, he chases after it, and then just completely, I don't know what happened in that particular situation. That was just like really, really odd how that all went down. So let's try this again. And most of the time the zones don't base align, they're man aligned. So this time we're actually going to put Jackson on the street, just so that way we don't have too much interference going on. And actually, that was a really bad idea. I probably should have just tried to aggressive catch one-on-one with Fitz Jackson, see if I could have got it. So we have goal line in this situation. This time he's going to block the running back, maybe put Safarian Jenkins on a drag to get some yards here. Boom, him like that. There's a lot of things you can do from this particular set. And not only just this particular formation, but just especially with the audibles, and especially the way blitzes are set up, you can actually do a lot of damage with that. So single back bunch, you have PA end around, you have pitch, or aka the toss. You have the counter shot, which I don't really like the routes too much out of it, especially on the left side. takes too long to develop if we just start at the 50-yard line here. The only thing I can see actually doing is probably just dragging your tight end, really, and either leaving your receiver stock or just put them on like a fade route or something like that. Because realistically, other than that, I don't see the usefulness of this play here. Somehow that linebacker can play that. I don't think he... I don't know how he was able to play that, but again, put him on a drag, get the short yards. Like I said, you kind of have like a somewhat of a levels concept going on with the drag, the post. You can streak your guy here, so kind of like a PA post kind of concept. Oops. Like a PA post kind of thing, and then, you know, drag your tight end like that. It really is up to you how you do. And James Winston throws off his back foot. I try to actually set my feet on that one, and he completely doesn't do what I ask him to do. So that's actually kind of fun. And once again, you're fading this guy. And you get at least you try to get an aggressive catch there, and that just didn't work out. So that's fine. But you guys see like things you can do, and you have verticals here. You know, you can do all that. I threw the ball, and obviously it doesn't get off as well as it should. So, like I said, just ideas and concepts to throw your way as we progress through this book. I-form really isn't that great. Maybe you have more success out of I-form twins, to be honest with you. Mainly, like I said, the passing game, PA bug shot, flanker curl, halfback blast, toss, PA tight end leak, and hitch corner are probably where you would want to go. If you feel confident, you can run up the power roll, but again, the blocking has to be consistent for you to actually get the yards necessary for you to get. Strong close, PA deep cross isn't too bad. Bucs wide trails, your audible, Bucs zone. You have the dive, you have the toss, the wide receiver out, which is probably one of my favorite plays. In a cover 2 setting, it just kind of beats a lot of things, to be honest. It beats man-to-man, it beats zone. In this particular instance, we notice that they're playing a little bit of man-to-man on the left side, so we're going to hit Vincent Jackson. Like I said, any instance of them playing a cover 3, cover 4, man-to-man, we're going to be hitting that route more times than not. Because that, like I said, the way the speed out is designed, it's going to beat man-to-man every time. However, if they decide to play a cover 2, which usually stops it, what's going to end up happening is that we can hit either these Y or B routes that happen, or even if we're lucky enough, we can hit the fullback there on the RB route. So it really depends on what they give us. Like I said, this particular instance, we're going to hit the fullback out there in the flat. We're going to take our yards and be on our merry way. Since they sent the house that time, if they, once again, they're bringing down a blitz here, we're going to hit Vincent Jackson. So, like I said, and the good thing is it automatically, compared to other wide receiver routes, the run up the back actually goes on his own check and release route. Other times in wide receiver route, you probably had to like either option or curl the running back. For me, I usually put him on an option, but in this particular instance, he does it on his own. So if the guys are sending a heavy rush, the running back stays and blocks. If they're sitting more in coverage, then the running back will actually go out on his route like he does in this particular instance, and you're going to most likely get some yards out of that, even if it's just a short yard gain out of that. So, moving on to the next play here, we have the Weak Eye Pro and Pro Twins. Honestly, I think Weak Eye is probably one of the most underrated formations in the game. Doesn't get as much love for whatever reason, maybe just because people don't see it as effective, but I utilize it sometimes whenever I do run playbooks that have Pro and Pro Twins or Twins Flex. So you have a toss out of here. Like I said, same thing as outside zone from Singleback Ace. Feel like you can toss it outside, go outside, and they actually make an adjustment too. I've never seen that in practice mode. So because of that, we're going to actually run inside here. I feel like we can only get a little bit of gain of yards here, but it was better than running the toss, which I was originally going to run. This time we toss it to the outside. We get good blocking, actually. Most of the times we don't get that good blocking. The receivers, for whatever reason, just completely don't hold their blocks. So this time they actually decided to bring it more to the left. So we're going to run to the right here, and unfortunately for us, the guy gets off his block and tackles us in the backfield. I feel like we can actually playmaker that run to the left. We do. We get some good blocking by our fullback here. and we take it up and get a good gain. All right. So let's see. We have Pearls Twins, probably one of the better sets out of Week I. Yeah, the PA Bucs read, halfback inside. PA wide receiver dig is probably one of my favorite ones. You can do a lot of things out of this one. Streak, curl. Yeah, the fullback. If anything, what I would probably do out of this particular play or formation is see if they have a dual halfback package, which they do. So that actually works out in our favor. Like I said, you can run if you so choose. Make sure I got the dual halfback package in here as well. You can run and just bring back the fullback if you so choose. But if you know you're going to be passing more so than anything, or you feel like you want to pass, let's see, we have Sims here, so we can. This is like a cover, one high shell, maybe a cover one shell or whatever. Hit Sims in the back, and you just turn up field and you just go. And you just, like I said, rack it and go. So in this particular instance, play action again, man-to-man set, hit the running back because that's a running back on a really slow safety or corner. I don't know what that was, but that guy was awfully slow to catch up. So once again, rack it, turn up field, get like very, very good yards. And like I said, it's just, and your swing receiver here is going to be your X. You can curl them, you can stretch out the zones like I just did previously and streak them or fade them. Your choice of however you want to attack it here. So once again, cancel the play action, hit the flats. You know, like I said, utilize your running back, dual halfback package. That's how you do all that. So that's out of that. So we got the pistol sets here. So twins, as mentioned before, you do have an option for read, or you have a couple of things for a mobile QB, so read options. But this is why I say you have a dual threat. Like I said, guys that can actually throw on the run and get you those yards, and actually maybe like once in a while get you that read option play that goes for a few yards here. So halfback slam, halfback power, halfback counter. Nothing too much out of here. Your audible is the counter, in fact. So just keep that in mind. So if you want to run it inside, outside, your choice here is we don't get the blocking there. He doesn't hold his block. However you decide to go about it, you can flip it, counter. And our offensive lineman is really, really confused. I don't know where he was going to go on that one. Once again, you can run to counter to the left side. That's originally planned. Like I said, your choice on however you want to run this. Not too bad. Other than that, you really have a smash and PA waggle. If you have a right-handed quarterback, that's going to work well for you. If you have a left-handed quarterback, you probably want to flip it so that way you're not rolling to the right side and he's a lefty and won't be able to make the throws. Pistol slot, PA zone shot, another one of those plays. Smash hook, counter, slam, four verts, weak flood, another read option here, and flanker drive. So you have those particular things to consider. Pistol trip, slam. Once again, your audible is the counter, so you come out in strong power, which I like to do out of set. Come out in strong power. If they give you an advantage to the left side, you come out counter. You can motion any of these guys to the right side to give you more blocking. It depends on what you want to do here. But which in this particular case, I probably should have, since I was going to run it towards the right side. In this particular case, I would probably run it to the left a little bit because, like I said, you got more blocking. And we get some pretty good yards there. So I think that was one of the strategies that Mo used against Skimbo and the 4-3 under, utilizing the counters and the strong powers to get good yards and the power O runs. I think it was like out of ace pair that he did a good power O. Yeah. Or it was one of the ace formations or single back formation. He did a really good power O from there. Everything else, waggle inside smash is actually pretty good. You do a variety of things out of this particular formation. You just got to get time in the pocket. That's the main thing. So going into the gun sets, you have doubles. Once again, your audible is going to be the off tackle. It's not the inside zone. So you can choose to come outside or come out in the inside zone if you so choose. Once again, same story. You feel like you take it inside, go inside. If you feel like you take it outside, go off tackle. So in this particular case, I want to go inside. And we get the good yards out there. I want to go, and all tackle's not bad either. So once then, I can't run inside, so let's go with the all tackle. Unfortunately, that guy gets a good block shot, and that happens sometimes. You gotta deal with it. Unfortunately, with this game, the way mechanics are set up, but uh, once again, we're gonna take it inside because we have an advantage in terms of blockers versus the down linemen. Same thing here. Wide set out here. We bounced it outside, but like you said, you get the concepts. It's just simple concepts out of every single playbook. Nothing's really changed as far as passing plays goes. From doubles, you got the Bucs drive well, which isn't too bad. Z spot, angle smash, corner strike, weak floods. You've had the Bucs tight end option, which isn't too bad. Bucs wide sail, which is pretty popular out of double sets these days. Oops. So we're gonna look at the tight end option here. Let's see. So once again, with option routes, it depends on what the defense comes out in. For me personally, I would, depending on what the defense is coming out in, I would say probably more likely streak Jackson. If you want to do double option, you can do it with Martin. But the only problem is you probably want to move him out a little bit. So this time, Safarian Jenkins decides to go to an N route. Let's see if we get a smart route that. You can't smart route that at all. Okay. So maybe put your running back on a swing or something like that. Let's see what Safarian Jenkins decides to do. He decides once again to run an in route. Actually hit him for a pretty good gain. So like I said, I think it's depending on if the defense comes out in man, zone, whatever. This time he actually sits right there, which to me was not the best idea. But the added benefit is that if he does sit in the zone, you can actually playmaker it. So he can go to the left, go to the right, whatever the case may be. One more time. And of course, I threw the ball like a long time ago and he held onto the ball too much. So this time it's a double safety blitz. That was a really bad throw on my part. Should probably low through it or something like that. This time it's kind of a zone blitzing scheme. Probably could have hit the wide receiver going on that corner route there. But like I said, that's probably just another option that you guys can have in your arsenal when running this book. Going to the wide trips halfback week. Let's see, we have mesh, which is actually a really good play. Wide shallow cross, Bucs wide drags, kind of like that fork play that you see a lot online head to head. The Bucs dig whip. It actually looks pretty interesting. So you have Vincent Jackson kind of doing this weird curl route. Looks to be unbumpable in a way. Only problem is if you don't have route run, that's a long time in the pocket too. That's actually kind of rarity to have that long in the pocket. But I don't feel like the whip route is that particularly useful. In that particular instance, it was great, but it's not. A whip route just isn't as good as it used to be in my mind. I don't see myself calling those type of plays too often. Jameis Winston sells it, unfortunately. But that's just very interesting to me. Okay, so you can't throw that. Okay. I didn't know if it was one of those things you can just instantly throw, or can you throw it inside pass lead? Okay, so you could sort of do it, but not really. Interesting. You gotta throw well, if you were to throw it, if you were just bent on throwing that. But other than that, I don't see the point of that route. Maybe put them on the odds. Well, in this case, they're sending double safety blitz, so I don't know. That's just something I probably had to look at offline off this video about. Let's just move on. That was out of wide trips halfback week too. See, four verts, fade wide corner, Bucs wide drag. Excuse me. Corner straight, PA flood, Bucs street post. Yeah, the trio buck here, you have the inside zone as a play call, but you do not have it as a audible. So keep that in mind. A PA fork under is actually pretty good. Slot out is pretty good. Mesh smash. Mesh Ohio is actually not that bad as well. Bunch week. Bucs sail. PA post. Bucs cross. Four verts. Z spot. Bunch. Bunch trail. Corner strike. It's actually not a bad bunch set, to be honest. Crow flag kills the cover 4 with a super corner route. out there. So that's something you can run here. Tight flex. See wide receiver cross, halfback option, PA slot option. Those are your audibles, wide receiver corners, bench switch. It's very similar to what I do utilize in run and gun book. Um, Slot wheel, another play that can actually get you some yards if you utilize the route combos out of here. Gun spread, honestly, probably one of the more underrated things in the game, underrated formations in the game. You don't see it a lot, and I feel like it's a great counter for dying flat in particular, just because the most likely like the defense is gonna be so spread out that they can't really stop the run too well. So you have inside zone, X follow, spread, PA read, slants, middle, slot outs, halfback options, slip screen, deep attacks, smash corners, and forwards as your plays here. Bucs trip, slot seam, probably where you want to go for the most part. I like the deep corner out of here. I think that's a really good play. Like I said, it's going to take a while for you to get that. Maybe you can smart route it, and you can. Like I said, if you leave V-Jax where he is, should be able to beat zone effectively if James Winston doesn't like sail it completely. Once again, just fade your outside receiver, and then you have this weird route by your left on the left side of your receivers. And I don't think Murphy has a route running to really do that route effectively, but that's just the idea. And then your running back's on the check and release route, as evidenced by the purple C above his head. So that's just another. I have not seen this play before though, but this is probably one of the most useful plays that you can call out there. That's like a super zone killer. Like if you want to throw a dot, like that is the play. I'm surprised I don't see that a lot more online, to be honest with you. Let's see what else we got. Double in, slot out, slot drive, stick and nod, corner strike, curls, double unders, halfback angle, and strong flood. At an empty buck, as mentioned earlier, you do have some pretty good options to beat man and zone, slot wheel, with the switch concept, deep in, X slant, wide receiver corners, drive unders. Empty trade, nothing really too much. Double slot corners and tight end slot cross, buck smash, slot drive, and Bucs double ends. And then finally, wide receiver trio, you have the mesh, wide shallow cross itself, and double pivot. So on the note, guys, that does it for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playbook breakdown. If you do need a full list of personnel description, it's going to be in the description below as to what I would recommend for running this book to the maximum ability. And also a quick summary. Also, don't forget the Playbook campaign is still going on. So don't forget to like that tweet that I've sent, put it in the link for down below in the description as well. So like I said, make sure to spread the word and let's improve these playbooks for Madden 17 and for years to come. So on that note, guys, I will see you guys in the next playbook breakdown, which will be the Jacksonville Jaguars. Peace. 5 Gs.